Hello, beautiful souls. Life is such a gift, and when we are focused on things to be grateful for, we can really feel the blessings in our life surrounding us everywhere. Today I am on the road, traveling, camping, and bringing you some new moon blessings from the Snake River in Idaho. That's where I am. And I've been talking to friends and listening to teachers and working on the ways to feel most centered and grounded during times of transition and change. And I wanted to just talk to you for a little bit about how freedom can come from not being attached to the outcome. Martha Beck talked about in her book, I really absolutely love her book about finding your true north, your soul center. She talks about the way our brain works and our neurological pathways, and I've been studying so much about how the more you reinforce those neurological pathways in your brain, the more that flow is easier. You think those more positive thoughts when you have a gratitude practice, and you focus on the positivity when you look for what's going right in your life instead of telling the stories and getting all out of your center, getting worried and attached to the negative things. So freedom comes when you can say yes to what is there. And when you find and look for what's going well, then you can say yes to that much easier than if something is really sad and depressing, right? So I'm not saying don't notice all of the things, right? Being aware is really important. But it's about how we relate to those things. And a lot of suffering comes from being attached to a story that we tell ourselves. So right now, we're in the end of September in 2019, and we're coming up to the Libra new moon. And Libra is all about balance, right? We're working on the inner and outer balance. We are noticing and getting a chance to harmonize with those things around us. And if you don't like what you see around you, then it's time to look at how you're attached to the outcome of something or the behavior of someone being a certain way. And I really believe that honoring where you're at and being grateful for what you do have is really the key to happiness and a way out of that pit if you get stuck in it, you know. It's really about remembering your divinity and who you truly are and being grateful for any little thing that you can think of throughout the day. It could be that you had a warm bed to sleep in. It could be that somebody smiled at you, or even being grateful to be able to gift that smile to someone else and see how it ripples and is affecting the world around you. So I'll share something personal. Recently, someone from my past that I loved very much but did not continue to move forward together in life passed away suddenly. And it definitely brought waves of sadness and a perspective in life, the way that I was viewing things. I really was observing myself, and I think that's the key, because when I rode those waves, I felt more centered and grounded than I ever have before. And I really believe in these practices of observing and harmonizing with the inner self, coming to peace with a lot of letting go and allowing. There's a lot of acceptance that can happen in just seeing something for what is and not labeling it as good or bad. And I would love to gift to you that practice that I use regularly, which is observing and letting go. To not be attached to the outcome, to wish for the highest and the best, but to not be so disappointed when something doesn't work out or something happens that you wish hadn't. Accepting it for what it is and moving forward with trust and understanding, belief that all is as it should be, and understanding that you are exactly where you're supposed to be on your path, that your life is blessed and you have so much to be grateful for. So if this was interesting to you and you'd love to work with me one-on-one, I also have a soul coaching program, but I love to help guide people through times of transition. I specialize in a form of guided meditation called a soul journey, where we come to the internal awareness and gifts that are within, that you were born with, that you have the ability to tap into. And I would love to work with you to help you open more to loving yourself and loving those around you. And I really want to give so much appreciation and gratitude to you for being who you are, and want to send many blessings to you. Namaste.